The city of Toronto's buzzing. The Eastern Conference is buzzing. I mean, the West is in a stupor right now. Do they realize that they're allowed to make moves? Like, what do you make about what's going on here with the Leafs, Rangers, Tampa making moves? I mean, everyone seems to be all in the East.
The one thing I can't get past with these moves over the last, I guess, 2 weeks is that, okay, so Boston has been the class of the league this year. They've had virtually a perfect season. But if you just put them aside for a minute, now you've got, in the first round, like 99%, Tampa, Toronto, Devils, Rangers. 2 of those teams are going home in 10 days. It's once the playoffs start. All this work, all these, you got to bite down on it and go, okay, yeah, we're going to do this. We're going to trade away a little bit of the future. We think our team is really good. And there's no guarantee you're even going to get out of the first round. Mm-hmm. Like those 4 teams to me stand out more than anything because I think every one of them is a really good team. And they all should be trying to get as good as they can get. But my goodness, can you imagine you put those teams together and then you get punched right in the nose in the first round? Like, okay, well, of course we're in Toronto. We'll start there. What if you score 6 goals 3 times on Tampa and Vasilevsky makes 45 saves the other 4 games? Like it could happen.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And you're like, man, we put together. Like the Leafs they're different this year, I think. They look different. They play different. They can win a low-scoring game, a low-event game. Of course, they can score, the way their top guys score. If you look at that series, you're like, Tampa and Toronto, the forwards are kind of a wash. The D, I don't know. Tampa's D is not what it used to be, so I kind of think it's almost similar. And then you get to the goalie, and I'm going to bet my house on Vasilevsky every time. Mm-hmm. But that doesn't mean that in that series that's the way it's going to go. They're so evenly matched. And I know there's all this, pressure on Dubas and Keefe to get past the first round, but what else are they going to do? Like, you just happen to put together an excellent team at the same time that Boston and Tampa were in an incredible run of players. Like, part of it's bad luck, for sure it is. Part of it is they didn't get it done. But here you are, you're now right back in the same spot, and you got to fight like hell to get out of the first round. And if you win, oh good, probably Boston's waiting there too.
Ray, how do you make it translate? You said they look better, and it's got a different feel to it this year. How do you get that, whether it's the coach's responsibility? It's not his responsibility because the players go out. But if you were to talk to them, how do you get the best players to make it translate differently in the playoffs?
This is what I see just watching them all, is like it feels like the best players have, like, you can have whatever you want with your role guys. If your best players don't play dominate the right way, you just don't win. You're just never going to win. It just doesn't happen. And the right way is sometimes there's not a risky offensive play to make. Sometimes you've got to come back a little deeper in your zone than you want. It's all like kind of hockey talk, yada, 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 except it really matters. Because when I'm watching Tampa last year go all the way to the finals, they had no players, right? By the time they got to the finals, I was watching those guys walk into the rink, and I'm like, how are they going to play today? Like the Game 6 when Colorado won, Nichushkin came over. He was wearing a Marriott slipper on his foot because he couldn't get his foot in his skate. Like, by the time they get there, they're just beat to hell. And I think this year it feels like the Leafs' best guys are either mature enough or they understand better or they're committed enough, but they look like they're ready to do that. And to me, that just leaks down through the rest of the roster. Then they go make these deals, and the deals even feel different. Like the deals in the past felt like they were getting a guy with a $10 reputation, and they were getting him when he was only worth $7. Now they're getting guys with reputation, but they have game left. They are difference makers to their lineup. Like all 4 of those guys will make an impact that they've got lately. O'Reilly, Achari, and the trade today with Lafferty and McCabe. All 4 of those guys will play in the playoffs, and they'll be effective. So I really, honestly, I really like their team. I really do. I would say the same thing about Tampa and Boston and Jersey and the Rangers. I really like their teams. I just don't know if it's enough to get out of their divisions. Like, how would you know?